Hello and welcome to another edition of Know Your Schools on WISD TV. My name is Dale Caffey. I am pleased to be joined today by Joseph Alexander. He is your new principal at West Avenue Elementary School. Joseph, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Dale.
It's an exciting time for you. After a
Yes.
long career at Waco ISD, you're
Yes.
getting your first principalship.
Yes, sir.
Let's talk a little bit about the past years that you've spent at Waco ISD.
Oh, it seems like it's been a very long time coming. I'm very thankful for the opportunity and the trust that the community has instilled in me, especially from Dr. Kane. I started in Waco ISD in '99. I came from Hillsborough ISD the first year that I taught, and I came to Waco ISD to start my coaching career, where I taught special education, math, reading and writing. Also, I was coaching my second year there at Tennyson as well. So those 2 years were very formidable for me. I learned a lot under the leadership of a lot of other veteran teachers, especially Miss Marlin. And then I took the task of going to high school because I thought I knew everything. So I went to Dallas ISD to continue my coaching career, coach at high school, and also continue working with special education, and also continue to work with resource, which is special education and math and reading in Oak Cliff. And I realized I was out of my element when I was up there in Oak Cliff, and I knew home was in Waco. I wanted to be back here, so I came back here in 2003. Was fortunately to fall underneath the leadership of Mr. Clayton. And his leadership was very instrumental in my career. Met a lot of Mr. Dupree, took me in shortly after. I stayed at Branson Middle School for about 3 years. I continued to teach special education, became department chair for about 2 years while I was there. Then my third year there in about '05, '06, I went into administration there for about a year. And then I had the wonderful opportunity to come here to University High School. I've been here for the last 7 years as the high school AP, and it's been a very long, strenuous job, but I have always enjoyed the partnerships, the relationships, the community, especially for me, it was always about the relationships that you have to foster and develop in the students. I really enjoyed that part of being the AP and really doing all the extracurricular activities, because in high school, there's never a dull moment when you're working with students at the size comprehensive high school that we have in Waco ISD.
Yeah.
So.
You also have a military background, I
Yes,
believe.
sir. I was in the United States Army. I served my country from 1989 to 1993. I thought I had all the ideals in that one too. So I got out, took the chance to come to Texas. I actually got out of the military from Colorado Springs, and I lived there for about 4 years, and then I decided to come down here to Texas to be with my family, to help my mom, because my dad was over in Afghanistan, over there serving his country there. So I came home to help Mom, and then I went back to school, started going to Central Texas College, where I finished my associate's degree. Then I wound up going to Killeen ISD. I got into special education as an aide. I started working there and learned a lot, and then I finally figured out what my niche was, what I really wanted to do in my life, and I found my passion was working with kids. Working with students, at all levels, all abilities, and I just felt like I can do this, and I felt like I had a drive again, like a passion, and I said that drive is going to take me where it needs to take me, and it, I sit here today as being my first principalship at West Avenue Elementary, so I'm extremely excited.
It is an exciting time, and of course you had some great years here where we're at today,
Yes, sir.
Videotaping this particular interview at University High School. Now your clientele are going to be a little younger. So talk
Yeah.
about making the transition from the high school age kid to the elementary kid.
What I'm seeing so far, from my background and my experiences, kids are kids. You had to treat them with a lot of kindness, a lot of care, a lot of dignity, and a lot of respect. In this day and time, you get what you give back. To me, it's about mutual respect, believing in your children, believing in yourself, but more importantly, believe in your staff that we could do all things. The most important thing, what I realized over my career, over these past 17 years, is that it's always above all, students are first. As long as you keep students first, everything else will fall in place. And just make sure that you have, procedures and guidelines that are in place, and also establish those routines that kids have, come to accustom of having consistency. Kids love structure, they love accountability. And I think once you have that in place, it makes kids strive, and they want it, they feel safe, and they feel secure because they know what's expected from them. There's no surprises. And I think for me, working with that and being in education for a while, what I learned from children is that they want respect. They also want consistency, but they want you to know, do you care about them? They don't want to know how much you know. They just want to know, do you care about them? As long as you can, fathom that, and also take the time to get to know kids, meet kids at the door, talk to them, see how they're doing today, because you never know what has happened prior to them going to school. So it takes, to me, it takes a big person to step in their shoes. And I have no problem with sitting down with children, working with children, reading to children, and doing what I need to do for the community, and going out and meeting those people in the community, and also going door to door and say, hey, my name is Joseph Alexander. I'm going to be the principal. I'm excited. I love your partnership. And we're working on a lot of that now, working with the CDMC and really getting parents and community members involved, and also our staff, when we start going out working with Mission Waco. That's one of our initiatives this year. Right.
I want to mention that the principalship at West Avenue Elementary actually came open this summer when longtime principal Andrea Foster announced she was going to move out of town, moving to Victoria ISD. Yes, and so you sort of had to take that job a little later than a normal principal
Yes,
was,
sir. Yeah.
but you hit the ground running. You
Yes,
mentioned
sir.
it a moment ago, going door to door. Talk about some of the things you tried to get accomplished this summer.
I think for me, it's really it's building the relationship again. It's been a little challenging so far. Taking the time to spend late nights. I've been working there pretty late till about 6 or 7, sometimes later. Working on our improvement plan to pick that up and understand the nuts and bolts of the campus, and understand your demographics, understand the statistics, understand where the students are, understanding summer school, and understanding the transitioning as you coming in, and really looking at your matrix and trying to see, okay, these are where the kids are, what initiatives do we need to put in place. She has put in a lot of different programs at the campus, and it's a blessing to walk in, to see that that they have done a lot of work with technology. I'm walking into the campus where the classrooms have smart boards, hands-on technology, a lot of manipulatives, and a lot of different resources that that helps kids learn. A lot of Success Maker, a lot of internet programs that they have brought into the campus. So it's really exciting to walk in knowing that that's already in place, and the teachers are already using the materials and the resources, and also just being part of that, and also talking to the teachers and getting to know the teachers, and also understanding what their needs are and what they're looking for in the building principal is a goal for for me to really know the first day, know their names and meet the kids and talk to the kids as they come in, and and ask the kids on what works best for them. How do they learn? And really get to understand the whole child, and not just knowing the content, but know children on how they learn, because we all learn in a different way. And that's really my goal, is to make sure that we use all the multiple intelligence for children to make sure that they do understand that it's not always paper and pencil. That they can learn in other ways and still get that aha moment, say, hey, I got it. The light bulb goes off, and I can believe in myself, and I can do this. And that you're excited about school, and make school come alive, and make parents feel like when they do come, that they're welcome to come in, through the doors and be a partnership with us.
How well received have you felt as you've gone door to door this summer, knocking on doors? And when you did that and you met parents, did you see some of the students too?
Yes, that's the exciting part, when you get to see them when they're in middle school, to now seeing them have children. It really touches your heart to to say that you had a part of that. And you made a difference in a child's life. I was, matter of fact, over the 4th of July, and prior to that, we was at an event outside, and I had a parent that had kept her children's school pictures. And it was really, really special for her to pull out the pictures and say, hey, Mr. Alexander, I remember you. I was trying to catch up with you 10 years ago. It feels like, and I finally see you. And here's my children's graduation pictures. They, they made it, and she wants to say thank you. So it's a blessing to be part of the community, to come back home, and be the leader that they expect from me, and be the best person I can be at all times. And also, I want the parents, the families to understand that my door is always open. I would not back up, let go, or give up. I'm always here to learn and suggest. So any ideals that comes in, I'm willing to sit down and talk to, the school community. Because I think without them, you won't have a successful school. You got to have kids, and you got to have parents behind them to understand what the expectations are from day one.
You are a male principal at an elementary school, and a chance to be a role model in that respect also. Do you look at that?
Yes, sir. That was one of when Dr. Kane called me, I was extremely shocked. I think I took the phone off about 5 inches or so and tried to, believe in myself, as, that I could do this and foster the relationship, because I have children of my own. So it's like, elementary is very, very fundamental to a child's life. And I know if you get off to a good start, they'll continue to love school and want to come to school. And really, for me, being a role model, being a father figure, being somebody that they can count on, somebody they can depend on, and being very, being stable, and being somebody that they can come to, talk to, and be able to, be able to see, hey, I may not be that person, but I can at least be somebody that they can look up to, and hopefully that, can inspire or even be better. My job is to, come to the campus, bring new initiatives, bring new ideals, and make campus feel like it's home. Make it feel like a family. Make people feel like they can come in, get ideas, get thoughts, and open up one of the other initiatives that we're going to work on is really having a parent resource center, so we can work with the parents and talk to them, about resources that are out there in the community, and be able to, and open it up if they do need to come to the school and look for jobs, or be able to come in and look for different ideals to see how they can help with their children, how can they help with homework, because we are going to do homework. So I want the parents to understand that we are going to be doing homework. So if your child comes home, please make sure it comes back. Okay, so.
Very good. Good message to get out there. How about the staff that you've been able to assemble? I know you had to do some hiring this summer.
Yes, sir.
But feel good about the staff you have in place?
Yes, sir. I'm very, very excited. We have about 21 teachers. I had to bring on about 5 teachers. What I was really looking for was master teachers, veteran teachers coming in. I had to hire pre-K, second grade, third, fourth, and fifth grade. So I was looking for ESL and also and GT approved, and it was a daunting task, but I had a lot of help, a lot of resources from HR that made the transition a lot easier. Met a lot of good people, but I wanted the right person based on our needs. And I know what our needs were going into the campus, making sure that we was going to hold those lofty goals and raise the bar just a little bit higher to make sure that all kids are successful, and make sure that all kids learn, and make sure that they're going to be held accountable, make sure that we're held accountable. And that's really the key, is make sure that we're a partnership, and make sure that we're working together, and make sure that all children or never feel like they're left behind. And whatever resources that we can offer from the school to the community, I'm more than willing to talk to them. Really the key for me is just making kids feel important. I really want them to feel like this is my school, and it's not just a campus, but it's a school where they can feel like they can learn, do a lot of activities with them before school, and also with after school. So I'm working really hard with that. Called a couple more partners in ed, so I'm making all my contacts and make sure that they know I'm the new principal now, and to send me the communication so we can start that dialogue and that feedback to make sure we get the resources and try to work with the after-school program that we're going to try to put in place going to this school year. So I'm getting more ideals as I come through, as I stay a little bit longer after school to try to get all the resources together for the parents.
Well, I'll tell you what, a lot of people know the talent that you have there at West Avenue Elementary because even this summer those students were busy putting on a musical. They performed right on this stage at University High School, the Jungle Book Kids. What an outstanding thing that was for them. Those kids can do anything they set their
Yes,
minds
they can.
to.
They can. I think what I saw from Coach Jacinto is that she makes learning come alive, and just you can see from the set, the kids were hands-on, instrumental in putting the set together, and her energy and her drive and her expectations, it makes kids feel like I can do this. I could be just like my teacher or my coach, or one of the school members at the school. And that's what I see about, working with kids. Kids need to be up, they need to be energized, they need to be excited. They need to come to school and say, hey, this is my school, I love school, I'm excited. And, that's our theme is the love school. We're gonna have a lot of initiatives going on at the school. Working really close with Dr. Boswell to bring in some initiatives for GT, because I believe that all kids are gifted and talented. They may not learn the same way, they may learn it a different way, but we're gonna reach every capacity that we can so those kids are learning and feel like they're excited. So they are gonna be tired, because we're gonna be tired as we go home each and every day with the children.
Well, you sound excited.
Yes, sir. I am like a kid riding a bike the first time. I'm excited, nervous, but it's a nervous excitement about so much of the legacy of West Avenue being built in 2001 and coming back to the central part of Waco is really exciting for me to really be part of that community and stay. And that's really what my goal is to stay there as long as it takes to turn it around and get it back to the recognized, acceptable. Really, I see exemplary is what my vision is, to stay true to that vision and try to, make sure that all kids are learning, make sure that they're doing really, really well state-wise, but really to make sure kids feel safe and really make sure that they feel like they want it and feel important, because if they have that, they are going to excel. And I believe in that with all my heart, and I know it starts with the teachers, but also starts with parents. So it's going to be a partnership. So I want the parents to, to come to me, to talk to me, and any ideas they may have or suggestions, I'm open. And I just want them to feel part of West Avenue Elementary.
Well, congratulations on
Thank you.
your first principalship.
Appreciate it, Dan.
And thank you for joining us today.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
This is Joseph Alexander. He is your new principal at West Avenue Elementary. We wish him the best of luck as he goes into the 2013-14 school year. My name is Dale Caffey. Thank you so much for joining us for Know Your Schools on WISD TV.